in a world. All right, what's up? A million things going on, obviously, getting everything ready for the summit. But if you don't know, we are about to have the Aetheric Summit, and it's going to be dope. You should definitely go if you haven't already signed up. Links in the description. Also, we'll pin it in the chat, and I want to make a couple announcements. So, as you know, Jared and I used to do the summits together, and that obviously is no longer the case. And so we had some lifetimes that we had given or people had gotten for a really good deal so they could always go to the summit. And obviously that is now ended. So like the lifetime of that agreement is technically over or whatever, like legally speaking. But I, in good faith, wanted to still honor those people because it's not their fault that kind of this unforeseen event happened. We go to Antarctica, Jaren ends up flipping, and now things tears the globe. And so obviously, everything changed. So I did track down all of the lifetimes and kind of had to manually find them, pull them through CSVs, and then we got out a ticket sent to all those emails. And so the email that you registered with for a lifetime has a fully paid for ticket inside of the link that's embedded. If you just click, it's going to take you straight to the event and give you full access. So Lifetime does have access to the Aetheric Summit, which starts in a few minutes. Now it's scheduled to start at 1. That's the opening music. The music will actually be more like closer to 30 minutes. And so if you enter, you're going to just see like a placeholder kind of thumbnail or video until we have music from CMG, Conspiracy Music Guru, which is obviously going to be awesome to start the event. And so that will be around 1:30 Eastern. So in about an hour, you're going to get the music, and then we'll have our first presentation. I'm actually doing the opening presentation. I titled this topic, "This World is Not What You Think It Is," because I want to give you guys an idea of exactly what the summit is and how and why it's actually like worth attending, and it's very cool. It isn't just like some random like Zoom meeting. It is about the misconceptions of all of these models and this materialism that we were sold, right? We live in this world that's just bogged down with all kinds of materialism. And we're told there's existential threats called viruses and germs, and they're going to bombard us. And there's little bitty the cult of bombarding particles, and the electron, and the photon, and the proton, and the pseudoscientific ton, and nothing exists outside of this material world. And we're sold these models, and they're reified, and of course all the way over into the Earth and space and the solar system and all of this. And these are all these materialistic models, and the way that we've interpreted even our body down to DNA, cellular biology, all of that, the way we interpret health and what illness is, it's all confined to materialism. And then these models, which are typically used to count things, quantify things, whatever, they're reified. I'm very passionate about helping show people that that is not the true nature of this realm and how things work. And when you actually begin to learn and you get to see like underneath the hood, if you will, of exactly what the truth is, exactly how the body works, etc., it's very empowering. It's going to help you to take power back in terms of like your health. And if you've watched like a few streams ago, we had a guy on who wrote a book, talked about basically conflict is directly tied to illness. And so like your beliefs and your intentions and are you lying? Are you manipulating? Are you treating people poorly? Are you attacking them or whatever? It's going to manifest as illness. Is there some type of conflict that hasn't been resolved? Is it internal? Is it tracked back to trauma? All these things. And that's like a crazy thing. The placebo effect is already well known and acknowledged, but we don't realize how this body that we have is it's so intricately woven in with the metaphysical. Okay. And understanding that is like the first step to really being able to utilize it or whatever. Right. And so this just spills over into every topic. And so oftentimes there are people that discover like, oh, there is a creator. Certainly if you look into the nature of the earth and you start figuring out that we're actually in the center of the quote unquote universe, blah, blah, blah. You realize this place is special, right? but we still just for some reason hold on to all these materialistic models because that's just how we've learned the world from a young age. And so people just throw out terms like we just assume cellular biology is completely real the way that they've said it in all of these names and these organs and their jobs and all of these biological claims, all of these physical claims in terms of quantum and electrons and photons and how everything works, atoms. And so we wake up to the fact that materialism, which is the philosophy that everything that exists is matter or comes from matter, basically. We realize that's not true, but we still, utilize the models and frameworks within that. Okay, now I know that was a lot. This is very probably kind of profound, and obviously this few minute intro to the topic is not going to do it justice. But this summit was very specifically crafted with speakers that are going to come and discuss this topic, and they're going to give you some like incredible gems. If you come to this summit and you listen and take in the information, you can literally leave like prepared with the tools to like fully change your life. I am not just saying that, it is actually true. So I'll show you. And of course, this is why it is a paid event, because to get all of these speakers to come do a presentation specific to this topic, you have to pay them, get them to all come and make the event happen, right? And so a few things to cover. Obviously, we have general, we have VIP. VIP will get access to the hangout. They'll get access to, there's a VIP Q&A panel. There's a debate after party because at the end of tonight, Jaron and I will be debating. Everyone's wanted us to debate about the earth. We're going to do that tonight. And there's an after show. So a debate like after party, that's for VIP only. And then also after the event tomorrow on the final day, there's a VIP hangout, right? And so like basically an ultimate after party. So debate after show and a VIP hangout. And many other things. I've said I'm going to give a free copy of Aetheric. I'm going to let VIPs that come through the main page, I'm going to give them the first full month of the Ever Fasting group, which will be like a health group, right? In terms of fasting and detoxing and utilizing this understanding of what really is illness, what really is health, how does the body really work? Because I realized that basically groups like that don't exist. You can find all like the most saturated field ever is like health and fitness, but it's all bogged down with these materialistic lies. And so anyway, I'm going to, and really I probably shouldn't, but I am giving a ton with anyone that gets VIP through the main page. You'll get a free full month of that group and all of the materials that are going to come with that. You get a free copy of the first book in the series, Aetheric, that I'm writing, and a few other things, right? So anyway, I'll show you guys real fast. Like I said, the link's in the description, and I'll pin the link in the YouTube as well. So of course, people are like, "Oh man, the debate's behind a paywall." Blah, 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 blah. It's like people wanted the debate to happen, and we've made it happen. Okay. And if Jaron and I were friends for a long time, and we are still friends. I wouldn't say Jaron and I are enemies now. Like I don't agree with how he's gone about everything. I don't agree with his conclusion right now. That isn't my sworn enemy. I've seen people not treat each other great with all of this. And actually, my hope is to try to somehow remedy that and really focus on more of like a community positive vibes. Anyone that's ever been to the summit know that when you leave, you feel like rejuvenated and like motivated and prepared to like really go into like a new chapter of your life. They're actually like incredible when you get this many open-minded truthers and like brilliant minds all in one place to share information. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, so eventually we will obviously release the debate for free. So this is a way to make the debate happen. It'll be moderated. Sean Griffin is going to moderate it. It'll be formatted and structured. And then obviously it will remain on the Zoom event portal for a couple weeks at least. And then we will release it and everyone can watch it. So, people can obviously complain about that, but it's like, okay, what if it just never ever happened and never existed? So Compare never happening to waiting 2 weeks. Well, just you wouldn't have known it. 2 weeks means nothing. It's been months, right? So anyway, the people that are going to complain about that, there's no reason to even really explain it. And then everyone else already just understands that. So anyway, that is a very demanded, highly demanded thing that will be happening tonight. Okay, so let me just show you guys real fast, and then I gotta get out of here. I got a lot of stuff to do, obviously, to get this all finalized and ready, make sure we're good to go. But if you go to the website here, kind of make it, there we go. So you get your tickets. The countdown's obviously now. And then it kind of a little bit of what you get here. There's actually way more that I'm throwing in. Who people can trust or not, but anyone that gets VIP, I'm gonna make it like a personal mission to hook them up. If you come over here and you go to get tickets, then obviously you can purchase your tickets here. It'll take you to the page. You join the lobby. You get to pick which one you want. Do you want general? Do you want VIP? Whatever. Here are many of the speakers. Not even everyone is listed here right now, but you got David Avocado Wolf, Dr. Andrew Coffin, Dr. Tom Cowan, Dr. Amanda Vollmer. We're going to get music from Deepak, Dr. Bar Lando there, Alex Zeck, Topher Gardner. I am giving a presentation, Greg Reese from InfoWars, Mark Gober, who is an awesome author, if you haven't ever heard of him. And so, like I said, we got Conspiracy Music Guru, and here are the presentations. And so just to give you a bit of a taste of what some of these are, if you come down here, you'll actually get a description, right? Instantaneous across the field, frequency healing, vibrational medicine. So very cool. It's not actually let me pull the full thing up, I guess, until you're fully in the event. So, and then we have David Wolf, super herbs, medicinal mushrooms, charcoal, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, invincible immunity fasting. And again, this is across the field, frequency healing, vibrational medicine, and the return of etheric medicine. So Amanda Vollmer's presentation is going to be incredible. That is today. David Wolf always crushes. Obviously, Greg Reese is a legend. So today, and then Topher Gardner is, if you've never heard of him, I know some of my audience is not familiar with him. Very excited that he is going to be presenting as well. Today is going to be a very epic day and end with David Avocado Wolf, and then we will then do the debates. Jaron and I will be debating after that, and then will be a debate after show. Then tomorrow, we'll have the opening music. Again, we have Foundering that will actually be performed. If you don't know, it's one of the best truther musicians there is. Then we got Dr. Tom Cowan, Are We Made of Chemicals? A Different View of Living Beings. Going to be super epic. If you're not familiar with Tom Cowan, you should be. We have Dr. Bear Lando. Obviously, he is a legend from Alpha Vedic. And then here we have Mark Gober. We have Alex Zeck. So he upside down reasoning. If you actually go in here, you'll get to read, right? What if the entire framework of modern science rests on upside down logic? And this session will unpack how common reasoning errors, circular logic assumptions disguise conclusion and false cause have shaped widely accepted beliefs in materialism, germ theory, and cosmology. Reframing the contagion paradigm from Alex Zeck, epic. And then we have Dr. Kaufman here, none other than. And Longevity Unlocked, Ancient Wisdom, Modern Myths, and the 6 Pillars of a Limitless Life. So, powerful exploration into the real secrets of living longer. Discover why our true lifespan remains hidden and how trends like blue zones and biohacking may be misleading us, like the mainstream saturated takes on longevity. Uncover timeless lessons from ancient tribal cultures and learn the 6 pillars of longevity, a practical science-backed framework for living a longer, healthier, more vibrant life. Very cool, man. Very cool. And then we'll have a Q&A panel, and speakers that aren't even presenting will also be on the panel. Not all the speakers will be on the panel, but many of the speakers that are presenting will be on the Q&A panel, as well as many other content creators and legends will be there. And they'll be fielding questions for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. Then we'll have the closing entertainment. We have Deepak performing. And then we will have the VIP hangout where everyone gets to open up off the mic, turn on their cameras, and we all just hang out. And this is really indefinitely, right? It says till 11, but we'll just go. If anyone's ever been to the summit, this is one of the coolest parts. So there is like a pretty quick overview on some of the stuff that will be talked about. So I wanted to just show you guys that. So cool. I got to go. Well, we got quite a few things we got to finish and polish and make sure everything is running smooth. But dude, it's going to be epic. I'm very excited. And so I wanted to throw that out in the ether before we actually get started. For those that didn't really know about the event or whatever, hopefully you guys will see this. And there, you obviously get access to the videos to replay value, right? Replay the videos. If you don't know, in the past, we would just have like this stream through YouTube or whatever. And then you'd have to wait a while until we downloaded it all and chopped it up. And then we would upload it like on Telegram. This has got the sessions broken up. They're being recorded right then. It processes and then uploads to the event lobby, to the actual portal, like immediately. Not so it won't literally the very second it's done be there. It has to process, but it is automatically uploaded. And so while the event's going on, you can go to whatever session you want to watch. If you don't want to listen to the live speaker, you gotta listen to someone that had just gone, but you missed it, you can watch it and it'll be there. You have access to that forever, right? To just constantly watch these presentations with replay. So there's that. And of course, even if you get there late, because of that, you're still good to go. Because obviously this is a long event. It is, like around 1 to after 10, 2 days in a row. So obviously some people are not going to be able to or even want to just sit there that long. But that's, of course, why you get replay. So very cool. There will be a Q&A chat. There is also going to be private Telegram groups. VIP has a group. Everyone has another summit group that you can talk in. There's a lobby chat that you can talk in. You can also just go to the lobby and just watch the whole event, meaning you just go and as each session goes live, it'll just play the next one that is live. So you can just sit there and watch the whole thing, kind of like in the past where you would just watch them back to back, or you can actually go into each individual session, which will be underneath the main video in the lobby. So hopefully this is all making sense for you. So pretty cool, very exciting. And I will see you guys there. We will probably do a giveaway. So everyone that signed up in their emails will be thrown into like a randomizer. VIP will be put in there twice. So if you have a VIP ticket, you'll be put in the giveaway twice. And then I'll announce what we're going to give away tomorrow. But there's some pretty cool prizes that you will get in the giveaway. So there you go. I think that is it. Let's see if there's any quick questions. My money doesn't want to give any money towards Jaron. How can I support Austin? Well, you're not giving money towards Jaron, right? You're paying all these other speakers. Obviously, with the tickets, the speakers get a cut of all the tickets, and they're being paid to speak as well. So you're not giving money to Jaron. But how can I support Austin? I mean, to support me individually, there are many different ways, right? You can go to kofi.com/whatsit. And I also have PayPal. It's @inaworld. And Cash App, $Whatsit gets it. And Zelle. But this chat is so much more relaxed. Trolls must still be sleeping. Yeah, I know. You get there late at night, they all come in. How old do you think the Earth is? I have no idea, but I would say under 10,000 years. But I don't know. All right. Let's get it started. Let's go. Pumped. Buy people you won't regret. It's going to be awesome. Especially if you've ever been, This one's going to be super dope because it's way cleaner and it's going to like immediately put the replays right there. And then there's going to be like very interactive chats right with it. So very cool. A debate between Austin and Jaron. Yeah. Do we have access to the debate with general admission? Yes. Everyone that goes to the summit has access to the debate. And I will also explain that so the format of the debate, there will be openers, then there'll be like a cross discussion, and then there will be questions. So we'll field questions at the end of the debate. So obviously, if you're a summit attendee, you will get to submit questions for either Jaron or for me or for both of us or in general or whatever. It's broadcasting online. It's all within the Zoom events portal, the Aetheric Summit portal. It's supposed to be right now, right? Yeah, in a few minutes. Yeah. All right, cool. Which pay method takes the least from you? Honestly, I think Cash App does. $ with tickets. They actually don't take anything until you try to actually pull it out. If you want to do it instant, they take a little bit. I think Cash App actually takes the least money out of everyone. Yep. Kofi isn't bad either. All right, cool, man. I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. We got a few things to do in this next little 40 minutes. Like I said, the music will start around 1:30. So cool. If you have any questions, there is a Telegram group. So if you're buying a ticket or whatever, there's a Telegram group for questions. So, or there's a topic within Telegram group for questions. So we know that people will, of course, need help getting in or have questions or whatever. You can find them there. All right, cool. Also, if I know you, if you're kind of like an OG and you're in that group or join that group, if you want to help with some of the questions that we'll probably get the same questions over and over, just hit me up and then I'll make you an admin in the group so we can kind of handle that. All right. What's the Telegram group? Well, you don't get in the Telegram group unless you have a ticket. But we are going to show within the actual event portal, we're going to facilitate the Telegram group link. So what do I think happens after death? I think we rest and then there's a resurrection. All right. Which I will say this real quick. That's what I think is so profound about this realm. Everything is kind of the same, meaning that everything's an ether modality and comes from the same primary substance, and everything that exists is seeking equilibrium and trying to find rest. So that's the number one true natural law: is everything seeks equilibrium via pressure mediation. Everything else that happens within physics can fall underneath that primary explanation. It applies to literally everything. And nothing is truly at rest. Like even when I drop this top and then it stops and it's resting, it's not truly at rest because inside of it is vibrational displacement. Everything is vibrating, or it wouldn't even exist because the vibratory displacement is what creates the actual matter itself. And if the energy were to reside, or if the motion were to reside and revert back into the ether itself, that's what Tesla said as well. Specifically that when the ether is thrown into infinitesimal prodigious worlds of velocity, it manifests as matter. Whenever the motion resides, it reverts back into the ether. I'm just saying all this to say everything is trying to find its state of rest, like where it came from, where it was in equilibrium. That's what we're doing as well. We come into this material world and then eventually we get to rest and we revert back to where we came from in spirit form, which is pretty profound. That literally everything that you experience and observe in all of your life forever is basically analogous for the entire process that we experience as life. Soak that in. All right. I love you guys. See you at the summit. And yeah, it's going to be epic. I'm super excited. And it helps a lot of the speakers out if you go as well. So cool. Go through the main ticket. I just want to clarify, make sure that people don't misunderstand. If you go through the main page, so etheric.com/tickets, the link, then I will, if you purchase specifically through the other speakers, then they're getting the money, and that's cool. If you purchase through the main one, then I will give you a bunch of access to the different things I'm going to give the VIP. So, all right, cool. I love you guys. I don't see any other questions. Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to talk about that topic right now. All right. I love you guys. Seek and speak truth, unequivocally the weak find contentment and consensus of ignorance. So who cares what other people think? Again, etheric.com/tickets. Links in the description. See you guys there. Peace.